extremely careful when you come up on somebody.
Okay. I knocked on your window.
Okay? You're fixing to go to jail.
You're going to send me to jail for your bad driving?
You beat on his window and you put him in fear of physical injury. It's called menacing.
disagree.
Welcome back to the LackLuster channel. In August of 2023, Juniper was driving with her elderly mother. Just ahead and in an adjacent lane to their left was Deputy Croft of the McCracken County Sheriff's Office, who was driving without his emergency lights or tones activated. Suddenly, the deputy is alleged to have merged across the two lanes of traffic to his right without the use of a turn signal. The reckless act nearly caused his cruiser to make contact with Juniper's vehicle, but she immediately slammed on her brakes to avoid a collision. Deputy Croft had cut off the other travelers to avoid missing a right-hand turn that would lead him to this McDonald's. Juniper made the same turn and entered the establishment's parking lot as well.
Hey, come here. Let me explain something to you. You're being extremely... No, don't walk away from me.
Am I under arrest?
No, just be extremely careful when you come up on somebody.
Okay, be extremely careful
Listen,
when you're
I didn't see
because you cut me off. You did not even use your
you.
turn signal. Use
At
your
the
turn
last
signal.
minute, he called. He needed me over here.
So use your turn signal.
Okay, I did not
Is that
know
the law?
that. Okay.
Are you supposed to
Listen,
use
do
the turn
not
signal?
come up threatening on me like that.
I'm
That's
not
a good way to
threatening.
go to
Look at
jail,
you.
okay?
For what? My bad drive?
No.
You're going to
you
send
do
me
not
to
come
jail
up
for
here
your
beating
bad
on my
driving.
window,
I
man.
knocked on your window.
Okay.
I knocked on your
Be
window
extremely
after
careful.
you
That's
cut
called
across
menacing.
2 lanes
Huh?
without your turn signal.
Oh, I think you're fixing to go to jail. But
Because of your
listen
bad
to
driving.
me. You do not come up in a protest like that, beating on my window.
I
You about
knocked on your
scared me because
window.
I had no clue you were there.
Deputy Croft now admits that he has limited views behind him and had no idea that Juniper was in the lane beside him when he made the illegal maneuver.
Okay. Well, did you have a clue I was behind you when you cut across 2 lanes of traffic?
No, I
Then
did
you
not.
should drive better.
Okay. I have a dog in my back. It's hard for me to see.
He then claims he's apologized 3 times, but that is not reflected in the video.
I've done apologize to you. Now, this
I
will be the
didn't hear
3rd
that.
time.
Okay.
It's not extremely smart to be acting the way you're acting right now because I will put you in jail. Okay?
No,
I will
don't.
put you in jail. I don't care.
Okay.
Plain and simple.
Uh-huh.
Do you understand me?
Do I understand what?
That I will put you in jail.
For what?
First off, your disorderly conduct,
What disorderly
menacing, beating on my
menacing?
window like
You
that.
are
Okay?
armed to the teeth, and I'm menacing. I knocked
You don't
on
walk
your
up on
window.
us like that.
Okay. May I drive away now?
Not yet, you're not.
Juniper is told that she is not free to leave, as Deputy Croft runs her plates and requests a 3rd unit to the minor dispute.
Do you have your driver's license on you, ma'am? Simple
it's a
question.
traffic stop.
It is now.
Why?
Because you got out on my vehicle and beat on my window. Now, right now, I'm investigating a disorderly conduct. I need to see your driver's license and your proof of insurance.
Okay, this is not a traffic stop. Because I walked
Do
up-
you understand what I'm asking you?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay,
I just don't
I
think
need you
you're
to get your driver's license and proof of insurance.
Juniper now retrieves the demanded documents.
I'm all for helping out your buddies, but you don't have to driving across 2 lanes of traffic.
Need your driver's license? See your driver's license?
I'm sorry, please don't take it out of my hand.
Let me have your driver's license
No,
so I can
am
cut you a
required to
citation.
present it. Hey, give my
Back
property
off
back.
before you go to jail.
Give my property back.
Don't sit down. Don't be reaching in your car either.
For my phone.
I've got it all on record.
Yeah, y'all lose your cameras.
Ain't that? So, I can't do nothing with this dog in the back seat.
Stay right there.
He stole my property.
Stay
he
right
snatched it
No,
out
he
of my
didn't.
hand.
That's the state's property.
It's
Stay
my
right
property.
there.
He snatched
So-
it out of my hand.
Pull up. I went in the far lane over there. I guess I cut in front of her. Never seen her over there. Of course, I can't say a whole lot of that. She comes up here. I'm getting ready to talk. You know, she comes beating on my window. Scares me to death. I had no clue. Jump out. She starts freaking boom, 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 boom. So I hit the record. Start recording. You know, she's going the way she's going. I mean, she's yelling, screaming. She's disorderly. I'm fixing to help her for disorderly. Hold that and go ahead and let me.
Deputy Croft returns to his vehicle to make a phone call, but mutes his camera for the conversation, while Deputy Crone runs Juniper's license, during which she begins recording and attempting to identify the men who had detained her and her mother.
Okay, thank you. What's your name and badge number? May I go ask that person what his name and badge number is?
Just hang out here. They ask you to stay put. Stay put. Just be calm. They'll address you when they're ready, okay?
What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number?
I'll talk to you in a minute, okay?
36.
Deputy Croft and Crone now meet to discuss what to arrest her for.
4 negative break.
Disorderly conduct, big window. We might have minutes now.
Yeah, that's amazing.
You advise.
I would 100% say that's amazing.
The deputies conspired to arrest Juniper for menacing, which is defined as intentionally placing another person in reasonable apprehension of imminent physical injury. However, if we refer back to the body cam footage of Deputy Croft, we see that he first drives into the parking lot and stops to speak with another deputy, who happens to be facing the direction from which Juniper is approaching. It is highly likely that the deputy advised Croft that someone was walking up to his window, as Deputy Croft is seen moving his hand to the window's controls nearly 5 seconds prior to Juniper even reaching the driver's door. Deputy Croft then began rolling down the window as Juniper began knocking, which is only captured in 4 frames of this video, seen here in the side view mirror. Her hand is clearly postured into a loose ball to expose her knuckles, indicating that her only intention was to announce her presence, which she did by knocking twice on the glass. With these facts in mind, it is unlikely that a reasonable jury would determine that Deputy Croft was in fear of imminent physical injury, especially as his only reaction was to reach for the radio, not a taser, firearm, or other defensive device, and then exited his cruiser after Juniper told him to use his blinker and to watch his driving, only to chase after her. And of course, despite another good officer on scene to witness the event, he never speaks up as Deputy Croft and Crone arrests Juniper.
You need to go ahead and turn around, put your hands behind your back, and then arrest.
For what?
Disorderly conduct and menacing.
Menacing. This is funny. Okay.
Don't resist.
I'm
Don't
going to do it.
resist.
Just
Okay.
you don't have to hand.
Put your hands behind your back.
Oh, you want my keys now? Yes, take my keys.
Hang tight. All right, don't be grabbing on stuff. Just hang tight.
Why?
Back up. Back up.
We'll give it to you, but don't be jerking it until we know. We don't know what you're pulling out of
Okay,
your
well, you're not allowed to go in my
Hey.
pocket.
Okay, then have a seat.
33.
You don't want us to go in your... Yeah, actually, we can go in your pocket. You're under
can't.
arrest, so
You're
we're
under
gonna
arrest.
arrest.
Stop it.
No, I'm Caldwell. Oh, that's my daughter.
I'm double locking these cuffs so they don't tie up on you, okay?
You got any pocket knives or anything on you?
Nope.
If she don't want to give her keys up, then we'll tow that vehicle.
All right, I'm gonna walk you back here, okay?
I would like to give my mother my keys now.
Okay. That way.
I would like to give my mother my
No,
keys.
so you're not gonna do it. You're handcuffed, okay?
I know.
So,
I want my
okay,
mother to go in
just
my pocket.
listen to me.
No,
You're under
I
arrest.
want
So
her
this
to
is a
take
search incident to arrest, okay? I'm lawfully able to search you after
Okay.
you've been placed under arrest, okay?
Sure.
I understand, but I'm just telling you how it is. Sorry, I don't do anything stupid.
Central make sure we have a separate SRN for this incident.
Just unlock it.
That's the hard way to do it.
Well, I know. You kind of got it all wrapped up in here.
Yeah.
So, obviously, I wasn't the initial officer who was out here, so I'm going to make sure that he's okay with her having the keys, and if he's okay with it, then that's what we'll do, okay?
Sure.
Now, is there going to be any other, do you have any kind of weapons, guns, knives? I saw you hand a knife to your mom over there.
I
Okay, is there
handed
anything
it
else?
to her. She took it out of my
All right.
pocket.
I just want you to know, okay, I'm actively recording right now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to search you well enough to ensure that you don't have anything that's going to harm me, okay? Is there going to be anything that's tucked on you that the jail's going to find when a
Nope.
female officer searches you?
Nope.
Okay, okay.
While searching Juniper, Deputy Crone gave most of her belongings to her mother.
So you do want your mom to have cash, correct?
I want her to have my keys, whatever's in my pockets.
Yes.
I'd like to keep my chopstick though.
Make sure there ain't nothing folded up in here.
To help speed up the process, Juniper began to hand her mother items as well, which for some reason upset the deputy.
Is your wallet in your back pocket? Can you go ahead and just grab that out with your left hand?
Sure.
Okay. No, absolutely not. Okay, yeah, no, come here. You're on the
I was just handing my
Yep.
property to my mother.
Deputy Crone finishes his search, and Juniper is placed into the cruiser. Shortly after, Deputy Crone accosts her innocent mother.
Hey, unless you want to go in cuffs, give me those keys. Stand over there. Stand over there, or you're going to be arrested for interfering in this investigation. Stand back.
I'm just got her keys.
You're not grabbing anything on this car.
Occupant in the vehicle. He has a Concord Fire Department shirt on.
Stay there. Do not touch those keys.
Excuse me. I'm not a freaking dog.
I'm going to let Croft decide what to do with the vehicle. And that's what I told her. I said, we're going to let them decide what to do with the vehicle until we start giving keys to people. So they're going to stay right there until Croft gives a call. All right.
After suggesting the menacing charge based on one side of the story, Deputy Crone Mirandizes Juniper and finally asks her what happened.
Do you wish to talk to me about what happened today that led to this? Because it's honestly, I don't know. I rolled up here and the situation was already happening.
Right, will it affect my arrest?
Do what?
Will it affect this? Do I get out?
No.
Okay, well, that cop, whoever, cut across 2 lanes of traffic
We're at over here on the road.
on the bridge. Cut in front of me across 2 lanes of traffic, no lights, no signals. And I honked at him, and then I came here to tell him he was a bad driver, and this happened.
Well, so tell me how you went about telling him that he was a bad driver. I believe that's where the problem's gonna
I just went
lie.
up and knocked on his door. I knocked twice on glass. That's it.
Okay. Well, I mean, you realize there's better. Would you agree that we could have went about this in a better way? You know that you can just go to the sheriff's department and say, "Hey, I want to talk with the sheriff. I've got a problem with what happened today on the road." Do you realize that's the way to go about this? Because I don't. Listen, let me tell you something. I do not enjoy taking away people's freedoms. I did not get in this job to do so. Unless you want to go in cuffs, give me those keys. Stand over there. Stand over there, or you're going to be arrested for interfering in this investigation. Stand back.
I'm just got her keys.
Stay there. I take it very seriously, okay? And I hate that this is what it's come to today, okay? But I wish that on your side as well, I wish that we could have done better today to not do this. Because, I mean, I wish that we would have been able to go, you know what, he would have, I guarantee if you went to the sheriff's department and said, this is what's happening, they would have called him directly and he would have came up there and you guys could all three had a meeting.
All I wanted to do was tell him he was driving badly.
Yeah.
And then he turned it around and got mad at me. All I was going to do was let him know he cut across 2 lanes of traffic. You know, if you're supposed to uphold the law, you should, actually follow the law.
I agree. But at the same time, whenever something like that happens, and you do this, and you take it to this,
I just wanted to let him know he was driving badly. As someone in uniform, he should do better. He should be aware of the laws he's trying to enforce.
Well, let me ask you this, man. Do you think if we could go back in time, and you do this a little bit different, do you think that it was appropriate?
Okay, fine. You're right. I would park, and I would wait for him to notice me. But I would still want to let him know.
And there's nothing wrong with if he pulled in here and he did that, and you can pull in here as well, obviously, you know. And then if he was walking in there to get something to eat, you could say, "Excuse me, sir, this is what happened on the road. I do not appreciate it." And you can, you know what? I will be filing a complaint.
Okay.
And that is your right to do. But I tell you, whenever you go there and you beat on his window and you put him in fear of physical injury, it's called menacing.
I disagree with that.
Well, I wasn't here for that, okay? So, but like I said, I don't like the way that this has turned out today.
Me neither.
But moving forward, I mean, I want you to be able to just, I get frustrated on the road too. Even being in a marked police car, people pull out in front of me all the time, and it's frustrating. And I want to go up there, and I want to say, you know, what are you doing? What are you doing? But I can't, because that's first of all, that's extremely unprofessional, and there's better ways to do it.
Okay.
So
that's true.
I appreciate you being nice and cordial with me and talking to me. I promise I'm not a mean person, okay? Unless you want to go in cuffs, give me those keys. I'm going to do my best to be able to have your mom take the car where it doesn't get towed, okay?
I appreciate that.
All right, well, I'll be back with you this morning, okay? Can you feel the air?
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, nothing Juniper did rose to the level of criminal activity, and agreeing to speak with the deputy did not result in her confessing to anything that could have resulted in a conviction. However, keep in mind that it's extremely uncommon to be unarrested on the side of the road, and that officers are not trying to get the facts of the case in order at this point. By the very fact that you are arrested means that they believe that they have enough evidence or testimony to document on a probable cause affidavit to arrest and convict you, and speaking to them can never improve your chances of being released or proven not guilty. When an officer is asking questions, they are seeking to obtain more evidence than what they already have to put you away. Always invoke your right to remain silent and to have an attorney present during all interrogations. Juniper was transported and spent a night in the county jail and was forced to sleep on the floor of a crowded room, during which she alleges that a jailer found a snake in the building and brought it to the cell to show everyone. This act, if done to a prisoner of war, would likely be considered a war crime under Geneva. According to Deputy Croft's grammatically incorrect report, Juniper was charged with menacing as mentioned earlier, as well as disrupting meeting or processions in the second degree, which states that a person is guilty of disrupting meetings and processions in the second degree when, with intent, prevents or disrupts a lawful meeting, procession, or gathering. He or she makes any utterance, gesture, or display designed to outrage the sensibilities of the group. But Juniper had no intention of disrupting a meeting, as she had no way of knowing why Deputy Croft had driven so recklessly to endanger the lives of so many just to enter the McDonald's parking lot. However, even if she did intend to make an utterance, gesture, or display that outraged the sensibilities of a group, the very nature of the statute appears unconstitutionally vague. It's been written in a way that could be used to criminalize free speech, but has likely not been challenged through the courts. Juniper fought her charges. The prosecutor's initial offer was to pay $100 per charge and to plead guilty, but she denied. The next month, the offer was an anger management course as diversion. Juniper agreed to the stipulation, as long as Deputy Croft was ordered to take a remedial driving class. Her request was denied, but shortly after, her public defender, another state agent, sent a series of unprofessional text messages. And this is where the story gets dark. At first, he asked if Juniper wanted a partner because she was cute. She initially agreed to meet over beers to exchange military stories, as they both happened to have trained in the same schools. However, the text messages shown here quickly turned into a one-sided conversation about explicit activities, followed by apologies and talks of mental health issues, including admitting to having just been released from a mental health facility. Then, back to explicit content. When she didn't respond, he would apologize again, but Juniper would be left with no confidence that her public defender was well enough to take care of himself, let alone represent her in a criminal case in which she was innocent. A bar complaint was filed, and he is rumored to have been removed from duty, and shortly after, Juniper petitioned the court for a dismissal, which was granted, and the charges were expunged in early December of 2023. A complaint was also filed with the jail and arresting agency, but despite the deputy's admission of guilt on scene.
So, pull up. I went in the 4-lane over there. I guess I cut the front over. Never seen her over there. Of course, I can't say a whole lot of that.
And various lies throughout the incident report. We won't be holding our breath, expecting the sheriff to discipline his troops. Obviously, Juniper has a major lawsuit in her future against the public defender, the sheriff, jailers, and all 3 deputies on scene. And through speaking with her, she is currently looking for an attorney to take the case as the criminal side has just completed. If you're an attorney in Kentucky and you want an easy win, email me. Or, if you want to help her fight this despicable corruption, Juniper has set up a GoFundMe. These cases, even when obvious, can take years and cost tens of thousands of dollars. The link to her GoFundMe is listed below. Help me start 2024 with a bang. And as this story moves on, I will keep you updated. But for now, if you like this type of content, be sure to check out my other investigations linked on screen.